Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Scroll Cup today, and we got an adjustment to the previous team. We are going to be running the Morpeko paired with the Shadow Gallade and the Annihilape in the back. So double fighters, we got the Bruxus to face off here. They swap out into another water Gastrodan, and we do have the Gallade for this situation. Unfortunately, we can't really tank moves, so we do decide to shield right there and try to get to 2 Leaf Blades. First Leaf Blade is going to be shielded, and okay, they do get to 2 moves. We are going to let this go, or sorry, we're going to shield this, and then we're going to fire off our own Leaf Blade. This Leaf Blade will get that last shield, and we get farmed down, unfortunately. So we have no choice but to go in with our Annihilape. This Annihilape is looking to take out this Gastrodan. They have to throw the big move, and let's see what they end up doing here. Earth Power is used, and then we're going to see our opponent tank this Rage Fist. And then they swap out into their Bruxus. The Bruxus has no chance against this Morpeko. We take it out immediately, and we get the boost. We see the Gastro try to farm us down, but we get to this Psychic Fang to take him out. And luckily for us, ends up being another water type. But the Blastoise here has no chance. We are going to be able to get to this electric Aura Wheel, and down goes their Blastoise. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Morpeko, just ramping up energy and just going crazy at the end right there. I will say we probably needed to throw on better timing with the Gallade, so that we didn't probably need to use 2 shields versus that Gastrodan. All right, next we got the Morpeko versus Annihilape. Not a great lead here, but we do have sort of 2 answers, and Shadow Gallade is going to bait out the Toxapex. Toxapex is going to be very tanky. Basically, we're trying to get to 3 Leaf Blades because, as you can see, the second Leaf Blade doesn't even come close to taking it out. This Leaf Blade will potentially take it out, so we will probably get a shield. Yep, there goes the shield, and they are able to farm us down. Now we just come in with the Morpeko and just tank the moves, I guess. Our opponent does have a lot of energy. We do decide to let it go, and it ends up only being the Brine. So double Brine being used, we are going to be able to survive it. They're dry on energy. We go into the Annihilape with shield advantage. They have their own Annihilape, and they are down energy. So we go and fire off the Rage Fizz versus this Gastro. They tank the move, but now our attacks are boosted. Doesn't matter if this is a bait, we have to shield here. Body Slam wouldn't have done that much, but we need this Annihilape with the energy and with the health versus their Shadow Annihilape. We are double boosted at this point, so this is an easy shield, and we should be able to get to another Rage Fist here, easily taking out this Shadow Annihilape. Down goes their Annihilape, and then it's just farm down for the win. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the 2 shield Annihilape. It is an interesting team. Obviously, we have to worry about fairies, but as of right now, we haven't been seeing too many straight fairy charmers. We got a decent lead here. Interesting that they're staying in. This Toxapex is going to shield, so that is very suspicious. We are going to think about shielding here. Okay, they actually throw these sludge waves, so we are in a really good spot. We can over farm to 2 moves, so this is going to get the shield or the KO. So down goes the Toxapex. Let's see what they have here. Okay, Chestnut is interesting. This is a boosted Psychic Fang, and our opponent here is debuffed at this point. They do get to this move, and we have to respect it because Gallade is not very tanky. They have a Morpeko in the back. We got to fire off this close combat before they can reach any move. So we do get to that close combat, and then we get to the second close combat for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Shadow Gallade. They never even saw our Annihilape, but the Shadow Gallade able to manage the energy to perfection. Okay, next we got the Morpeko. Okay, this potentially has Charm. They swap out and we swap out immediately as well. And we get the matchup that we actually want. We have to invest the shield because we're trying to build up to 2 Leaf Blades. Here goes the first Leaf Blade. Let's see if they decide to shield. Okay, they do shield, which forces us to use the Leaf Blade we banked immediately. Down goes their Quag. Here comes the Bree. We're going to fire off the Leaf Blade. Doesn't quite KO. And we are going to go into the... Okay, they actually swap out into their other Gastro. Mud Slapper, basically. And we are going to be able to have Annihilape onto their Gastro with a pretty decent chance to win that game. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the quick swap outs, maintaining alignment and getting our Gallade in a great spot. Toxapex lead here, pretty good. They swap out into the Annihilape. This is where Gallade can shine. Not only are we applying pressure with these Leaf Blades, but our Psycho Cuts from the fast moves. You can see overall we've done more damage fast move wise. Right there, we are testing if we can even tank the Rage Fizz, and we technically tanked it, but then we get farmed down, which is horrible. We are going to go into our own Annihilape. This might force the second shield. Okay, it does. And then they swap out into their Mandibuzz. We are in a way better spot now. This Mandibuzz is going to be a core breaker between their Toxapex and Mandibuzz. We're going to build up a ton of energy, fire off this Aura Wheel. Barely doesn't take it out, but it allows us to farm it down. Whatever comes back in, we have energy. We're going to fire off this Dark Aura Wheel to take out this Annihilape. And then we see the Toxapex still lurking there. Unable to reach the Aura Wheel, but we do get this boosted Psychic Fang. So it does a chunk of damage and it debuffs them. So much so that we should be okay now because we are resisting their fast moves and they can only go for brines really. But we are just going to shield here to guarantee the win. This will go down soon. In fact, we didn't even need to get to the next Rage Fizz. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already and let us know if you enjoyed the video.